When it comes to sales, when it comes to closing, there are words that you want to use to close, to sell more of your products and services. And there are words that you absolutely want to avoid. Today, I want to teach you something very, very practical. I'm going to teach you 27 words that you want to avoid in sales. Here we go.
Something is always happening, but when it happens, people don't always see it, or understand it, or accept it.
Number one, to be honest with you. Have you ever heard of that one before from a salesperson? Comment below. Just to be honest with you, right? This is the best price that we could give you. To be honest with you, well, we never give this deal to anybody else. Now, what happens is right after, usually, to be honest with you, what you're telling the prospect is, well, all the conversation you've had up to this point, it's a lie, right? Because to be honest with you, it means what? You have not been honest with me this whole time, right? You've been lying to me, is this what it is? Or how about this one? To be frank with you. It's the same idea. Or means that you have not been upfront with me, you have not been frank with me this whole time, the last 2 hours, the last 1 hour, or since I've known you, is that what is this? Don't use that word. Number two, trust me. Have you ever heard of that one? Just trust me on this. Yeah, this is a great deal. Just trust me, man.
Trust me.
If you want someone to trust you and if you're trustworthy, do you have to tell people, trust me? No, because your action speaks louder than your words. Your action will show through. Your action will demonstrate if a prospect or someone should trust you or not. So don't use those words. Don't use trust me. Here's another one. Sorry to bother you. Sorry to bother you. Then why the hell are you bothering me? If you feel so sorry about it, then just don't bother me in the first place. Sometimes I get these phone calls. Oh, sir, sorry to bother you. Then don't call me. Don't bother me. Like, you hang up.
Something is always happening, but when it happens, people don't always see it, or understand it, or accept it.
Hello. So today we're going to talk about debunking YouTube, Google, and the internet in general. But I cannot talk about the internet in general. I'll be here for the next 100 years talking. But let's talk about YouTube and Google. Same thing. As you know, or should, if you've watched our videos, the internet was not brought up or not born from our side. The other side, the Vlash, came up with the internet. It was just a new information war for our side to fight. And just like we lost the information war of the 60s and the 70s and the early 80s, like I've shown on videos, they're there on the channel. We too lost the internet war. It was nothing we wanted to happen. No. We were against the internet, we were against cell phones and many other ways, and many other things. And unless you live in a cave, now you know why. The other side knows everything you do, where you are, what you buy, everything, what you have at home. They know the kind of toilet paper you buy. They know your cell phone number. They know your messages, the messages you share. They know everything about you. So yeah, obviously the internet is not a good thing when it comes to privacy, at least. people have this, this idea that of freedom. The internet gave freedom. People can connect with each other. The world became a village. Now everybody knows each other. And do you think that's a good thing? That's not a good thing. You're a prisoner now. But I'm not going to give you a big speech about it. You have a brain. You know where we are, where you are, where the world and humanity is right now. We're all prisoners. There's absolutely nothing you can do that the other side does not know about it. You have this idea of freedom. While you're there, trickly-track, trickly-track. The more you trickly-track, the more they know. And they already know enough. Anyway. But you just have to look. For example, now during this COVID-19 so-called pandemic, and who invested in the vaccine world? The pharmaceutical companies, people like Bill Gates and others, the ones that were at the beginning of the internet. They did not invent the internet. Bill Gates did not invent the internet, but he was there. He was one of them. And now we have this situation, and who bought a lot of stock on the pharmaceutical companies? Bill Gates did. He's not losing money. You think he's losing money? No. People now are slaves on their own will. No more shackles, no more whip, no more torture. People became slaves because they wanted to become slaves. They enjoy it with the fantasy of freedom. But I don't need to go on and on about this. You know better than me. But there's a whole other aspect to the internet, which is the debunking. YouTube, Google, same thing. Have a building, and that building is on the YouTube headquarters. It is a separate building, and there's a group of people. They are a very special group of people who do nothing except to debunk texts, articles, videos, photos, everything. And they can do the debunking in many different ways. For example, if you're showing a fake photo that you photoshopped, and they think, because they're told, now we prefer the real one, they replace it online. You put a fake photo, and 5 minutes later or 5 days later, the real photo is on the article you wrote on some website. Suddenly the image is different, and even the text. Or if you show a real photo, let's say of an alien or the Bigfoot or whatever, they can go there and replace the photo, and they do it. And that building that belongs to YouTube, Google, has over 3,000 people working on that. That's just in California, because they have other buildings all over the world. 12 that we know of around the world. And one of these days, in a feature video, I will show you those buildings, and I'll show evidence, and I'll connect the dots, and I'll show you documents and all that. Right now, it's not that important. It's more important for me to tell you, for you to be aware of what I'm about to tell you. In time, I'll tell you, no problem. It's not a priority, but
that it's a one-shot vaccine with very fast efficacy achieved and 100% compliance, so to speak.
Among other things, in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Now, I've never used Craigslist. I've never needed to find a list of Craigs, but what you can find on there and what you can do on there seems bananas. Now, back in 2009, the internet, was first kind of becoming what we know it as today. A lot of the websites we use today were kind of in their infancy back then. It was a lot wackier, a lot more Wild West. And Philip used that to his advantage in Beantown. Thought they wouldn't report it to the police. But then again, maybe he was, he was getting off on it. And then why did he want to end his own life? To spare Megan the trial, or maybe, he had everything going for him and he truly.
Like I told you, they can change the text or something you wrote on the internet, or the images or a video, anything. But I'm going to give you the YouTube example, because this is something that happened a few days ago, or a few weeks. We published a video called Caristus Cargo Ship. Here's just a little bit of it. Well, a couple of hours after we published the video, what I showed, I put it to the test and show it to you. It was a real image, not a fake image, not a Photoshop image. I showed it to you live, going through the Photoshop fake or not app, whatever you call it. Showed it to you live, going through the Photoshop fake or not app, whatever you call it. But a few 2 hours or something, one of the Thara 6 or 8 or 10 or 12, someone, she sent me a message and said, Dante, we're noticing some things here on that video. Like, what are you noticing? Well, to start, some of the words on the video have changed. The text have changed. And also the original photo you showed has changed. I didn't like it, but I wasn't surprised, because as I've told you also before, We work with many other YouTube channels on YouTube, and I'm talking few hundred. There's different reasons and purposes for it. We are not, the Caristas do not only have my channel, that is the DSAHK. We have more, doing other things. And I knew that can wait. And I knew that those channels have been the target of these actions from YouTube, Google. They changed the videos, they changed the photos, they Photoshop photos, they changed the words, the text of their videos. It happened a few times, not many. I think it was like 4 or 5 times. But to our channel, the AHK, had never happened. So I was not surprised. Finally, it happened to us. What did they do? Well, they grabbed the original photo that I showed of the Caristas cargo ship, and they changed it. They photoshopped it to look fake. Oh yes, they do that all the time. The bosses say so. I'll give an example. When you upload a video to YouTube, the video might have a few things, It has, maybe it has video clips, photos, music, and text and words. When you're making your own video in your house, whatever you use to make the videos, you add some music and some photos and some video clips, and you write some text, and then you save the video, all those things together, and then you upload it to YouTube as one. All those things as one. When they get YouTube, Google, they can grab the video that you have, that you upload it as one piece, and separate it like this. And now they can go to the photos that you uploaded and change them. Or they can go to the music and change the music. Or they can go to the text and change what you wrote. Or they can go to the video clips and change the video clip, partially or totally. They can separate all the aspects of your video, change one or two or all of them, and they put all them together again and re-upload. The technology exists, my friend. And you don't notice. You have a YouTube channel, you upload the video changes, but you don't know. You're not notified, you don't even know. Unless someone pays attention, tells you, and sends you a message, hey, so-and-so, I saw your video 2 hours ago and you said something, but I went back to watch the video and now it says something else. Did you change it? Did you delete the video and re-upload it? No, I didn't do anything. It's all new video, or partly new video, that Google changed it. Either just one thing, words, or just some video clip. They shortened it, they expanded it, or they faked it, or photos, or all of it. Usually, it's not all of it. Small things. Just that because they don't like the information you're putting out. So they change a few things just to, to not only to debunk you, because suddenly, you were showing something like a photo you took in your street. Let's say you saw a UFO. You took a photo. It's your photo. It's a real photo. and you made a video about it. The other side does not want you to publish that photo. The other side doesn't want you to show that shit. And so they change it. So then your friend, texts you, your video has changed now. The text is different, the photo looks different, a little bit different. And you're like, I didn't do anything. I didn't delete the video and re-uploaded a new version. Let me check. And you go there to your, video manager, whatever. You look at the video, and it's a different video. And you're like, hey, that's not my video. That's not my photo. What the hell? What's going on here? And then you say, oh, what's the option? Your version. Someone hacked my account. What the heck is going on? Nobody hacked. It's YouTube, Google doing it. Because they don't want you to show what you posted. This is all over. Happens every day by the thousands. Dozens of thousands of times. People don't know that. So the same thing happened with that video, the Carissus cargo ship, that I showed the photo, and then one of the fathers told me, yeah, the text changed. Then she told me, yeah, and the photo also. And then I got a couple of messages saying, Dante, what's wrong with this photo? I'm like, oh no, here we go. And then I checked the video, took some screen prints, played around a little bit to see if there was any difference of the original, and there was a big one. There was a big one, because when we show the original photo, it was the original photo. You could not mess with it unless you wanted. But when I saw it, and I went to my photo editor, oh yeah, there was someone messed it up to make it look fake.
Und der Reichsinnenminister. Well, let's omit that. I haven't asked for that. If you'll just answer my questions, we'll save a great deal of time, and your counsel will be permitted to bring out any explanations you want to make. You did prohibit all court review, and considered it necessary to prohibit court review of the causes for taking people into what you call protective custody. Is right, isn't it?
Das habe ich ganz klar beantwortet, aber ich bitte, dass diese Ausführungen, die soeben gehörten, zu der Beantwortung mit.
Это только вакцинация. Пургена мы как бы до свидания. Но с молодыми надо работать. Надо, так сказать, передавать им опыт этот бесценный следующему поколению неврастенников. Дальше идем. Ну, как вы помните из наших предыдущих выпусков, в Молдове был страшный скандал. На машине посольства Молдовы в России в наш инфернальный пандемониум. Это я призываю темные ветра к себе. Так вот, в наш инфернальный пандемониум в наш инфернальный пандемониум. Это я призываю темные ветра к себе. Так вот, в наш инфернальный пандемониум
That it's a one-shot vaccine with very fast efficacy achieved. That it's a one-shot vaccine with very fast efficacy achieved.